Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today I'm gonna be messing around with the TerraMaster F2-423. It's right there. I did a video on this last week where we tried out the TerraMaster as it was intended with its normal operating system and well, as a NAS. But today I want to mess around with it and see if we can upgrade it a little bit and also try to install something else on it. I'm hoping for Windows 2022. Let's see how that goes. I was gonna be updating the memory in there, but I made a brain fart and the new unit here uses DDR4 RAM, and I don't really have any of that. All my SODIMM RAM is kind of DDR3 RAM, and I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I actually don't have any DDR4 RAM that will go in there. So yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah, I found some M.2 SSDs that we can put in there. These are NVMe SSDs. They are only 256 gigabytes each, but they will do the job of testing if this will work. My idea is to take this apart and then put those in, and then we'll see if we can install Server 2022 on there, Microsoft server that is. So let's get cracking. Oh, I put up this little setup here. I got comments on the last video. This box is $379 for a NAS unit, and there was good suggestions that, oh, I could just get myself a very cheap motherboard and with a better processor, and it would have a lot more I would have a lot more options with that. It's probably not totally untrue, but I kind of like this little form factor, and this setup would be a computer that would be working off of 12 volt. The adapter, you can just see it there, converts to 240 volts, 230 volts to 240 volts here to 12 volt and powers this unit, and all of the rest of it, even this little monitor, is powered through USB over here. So 12 volt. I could run this off a car battery probably. So I dismantled this. Last time I did a lot of screwing and unscrewing this. This time I'm just gonna show the magic touch that if you have a box with screws, you just tap it and the screws will fall out. It's much easier. It's just that's how we do it on YouTube. So we can now unplug the back here, which has a fan, and then we can use the back to push out the front like that, and yeah, the cover comes off. So right now it's booting off this USB pin here, which has the TOS operating system on it, which I'm not gonna do anything with. We're just gonna disconnect that and put it off to the side. It did install that on the discs over here. We're just gonna get rid of that, it's fine. And on the back here we can see where I'm gonna be putting in those two M.2s and the second memory slot, which I have absolutely no memory for, which is a bloody shame. It would have been a good fix to upgrade this with some more memory. I'll have to find some DDR4 RAM to put in here. All the stuff that I presently have is DDR3, so yeah. So, and they have left the screws in for me. So I have a little magical screwdriver there, one of the tiny ones. So we're just gonna put these in there. Okay. Get here. I have no idea what could be on these, so maybe one of them already has an operating system. That would be interesting. So I might just try and boot it with, see what it comes up with. In the last video I tried to access this by connecting it to my TV, and nothing came up. And then when I was done filming, I connected it to this tiny monitor and everything worked just as it should, which was really weird. We had a closer look on the insides in the last video. I don't know if we need to let's just put one screw in. So I've just popped the discs out because the little USB key, which is sitting right there, installed the operating system on the discs. And if I don't pop them out, it's gonna be booting from the discs. Also, when I turn it on, I have to go and turn on the monitor, because as the monitor is powered from this thing, it will only get power as soon as I turn this one on. But let's just do it. You can see that the monitor comes on and I can power that. There, that works. And then we have to press delete to get into the BIOS. Okay, I got into the BIOS. It's really weird. There is absolutely no noise from this thing. If that LED wasn't just ever so slightly lighting up, I would have a hard time even knowing if it was on. But we get a lot of good information over here. We can see the BIOS and it's a no EFI, and we can see the date of the build, and that's all good. Jasper Lake, and it's an Intel Celeron, and it's an N5105, which is a 2 GHz 4-core processor. Total memory, we have that 4 GB in here, and that is running at 2133 firmware numbers. So we should be able to see other menus here. It's a regular BIOS. So the main thing we have to worry about right now, what is the NVMe configuration? It sees our NVMEs, so that seems promising, right? And boot order. So we have a hard disk, USB device, NVMe. So let's manipulate that a little bit and move NVMe up with the plus key. That was not a plus. Let's move that up. That's pretty good. USB device, NVMe, hard drive. That will do it. CD-ROM drive, we don't have one of those. SD card, yeah. I didn't see one of those in there, but it's apparently there. And network boot. So I think we are happy with that. F4, save and exit. Let's try that. Save configuration, yes. Okay. Guess we have... I'm gonna try and pop in a USB key. That one. I'm hoping the keyboard will do it. I'm already using 2 USB connections in the NAS, but this keyboard has additional 2 USB sticks, so USB thingies up here. So I'm gonna try and put my keychain in there and hope for the best. So we're booting, get the BIOS, and oh, it works. I have my keys here on my keychain, so we can go and try and install something. We have server 2022 right there. Let's try that. Oh. Okay, this took quite a while, but it looks promising. So as I'm in Denmark, I'm gonna pick Danish for the keyboard, which it is a Danish keyboard. You can see it has A, Ö, and O, which is 3 letters that I think only the Nordic countries has. I'm not even sure if Norway and Sweden has them just the same way as us, but yeah, you're special like that. Not always in a good way. Next, and install. This is going to be very exciting. I'm hoping to install on one of those NVMe drives. So let's hope that pops up. Let's see. Okay, it's having difficulties finding something to install on, so I'm gonna try and pop the drives back in. I don't know if it maybe lost connection to the USB key. Okay, I'm having difficulties. I'm gonna try it again. I moved the USB key over here, and it's now powering the monitor from a tiny little USB power bank, which is kind of cool that you can do that. But yeah, we're gonna try it again, and I'll see if I get a different result. And I got it a bit further, so now I can pick server 2022 standard evaluation, desktop experience. Next. So does it find anything to install that on? The resolution of this screen is not great. Oh, we have lots of stuff to install that on. We have the Billy NVMe, which means cheap NVMe. So we're just gonna install it on that one. Next. Could not create configuration stuff. Right, let's leave it there. We'll do that. There, there's nothing on it. So let's see if it's thinking about it. Seems promising. And this takes a while. I don't know why, but it does. Oh, crossing my fingers. Getting ready. I'm amazed of this. But of course oh, this gets hot. This is it's a tiny little USB thingy that takes the 5 volt and it bumps it up to 12 volt because the monitor uses 12 volt. So it's a kind of, it's a unique little system. It's warm, but it's not overheating, it's just warm. So administrator, punch in your passwords. Let's see if I did that right. I did not. Let's see if I did it right the next time. Okay. Yeah. This is cool. Very cool, right? Does it see the network? It's no connection. But does it have any network cards? Okay. That one. Don't show that again. And manage. Server manager property. Don't show that again. Good. Close. Let's see if it sees the network card or if we need to do something. Screen resolution is terrible as well. Do we have anything better? Okay. I think I need a network connection and some Windows updates here. Yeah, we have some missing stuff in here. So if I can find the Intel chipset driver, some of these will go away. So this is a little bit of trial and error. It's not like TerraMaster really supplies the drivers for stuff. So let's see. I searched on Intel's page for Jasper Lake, and well, it gave me this. Okay, so it did start up eventually. So let's begin installation. Let's see if it finds anything. It was kind of the graphics driver that was the focus of this one. It would be nice to get a resolution that was help me out here, because this one is awful. It does say that it's installing new graphics drivers, so let's hope that's true. Okay, the time is not right. When we get to this time tonight, I should be editing this video, hopefully. So hopefully, well, actually we're already at a point where it's a success. Like the thing has server 2022 installed. It's minor nitpicking getting the right driver. Well, it's not much fun without the network drivers, admittedly, but I think this is a hurdle that I'm gonna be able to overcome. So it's looking good. This is slow though. We'll get back when it decides to speed that up. It's just about every time that I turn off the camera because something is taking too long, and then it's done. So finish. We should have a way better resolution. I can already see that my tired old eyes are not having, well, they're having more difficulty. Yeah, we are having 1280 times 720. I think that's the max of this screen. I don't know if there's any more. Oh, it can go higher. Let's just, for fun and giggles, see what happens. I think we will keep the... Oh, that was keep the changes. Keep the change, you filthy animal. We'll take the recommended one. Yes. I have another screen, which is better resolution. I think I've lent that out. But now we can see what we're doing. Okay, so I need to find some more drivers for this. Okay, I found some chipset thingy on Intel's webpage that should include a lot of chipsets. And if it doesn't, it will probably very politely tell me to go F myself. But let's see if it manages and finds something. With an Intel processor in here, I would expect that it's an Intel chipset. Okay, that's a very unpoliteful way to tell me to go F myself, for sure. Okay, that was not the way to do it, apparently. And I really need the network driver so that I can have the system check itself instead of me doing everything. So I right-clicked one of the network controllers, and over here under events, there's this code down here which very often helps finding the right network card to try and install here. So I have with my phone taken a photocopy of that string, and I'm gonna go and oh, you can't see that. Taken a photocopy of that string, and I'll go to the computer and try and find that and see if I can figure out what that is. So with that punched in, it seems like it might be an Intel 82573V gigabit Ethernet controller thingy we should try and look for. I'll see if I can find something that makes sense. Okay, this was a long, tedious journey, which was really boring. And if we go just to the USB key, which is there, we can see that I've tried all sorts of things to get this up and running. I have now found that the network driver that is needed is an Intel network driver, and it's an i225-V. I think it was a V. But let's just see how I managed. You can see down here that now we are on the internet, so it is working. So we have two network controllers in there, so I'm gonna be able to do the next one with you. So we're gonna right click that one. Running the program that comes with the driver did absolutely nothing. So I found that it works if I update the driver, browse, pick a list. Then I need to go and pick network drivers under network adapters, sorry. Network adapter, and then there is a list, and we need to go pick in, oh sorry, then we have a disk. And we're gonna point it to the USB key. Oh, it already knows where to go, but let's just see the USB key. We have the driver there, and we have something called Pro 2500, and this is a 2.5 gigabit network card. So I went in there, and there is Win x64 went in there. Then there's something called VS 2022. I was guessing that that might just be Windows Server 2022. Sounded correct. And then there is an inf file there that we can open, which gives us a rather long list of different network cards. So I went down and I picked one of the last one. It became a TI, I think, was the 125 Ti. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right one. It should have been a V, but there was no one called anything with V. So I picked that one, and it kind of worked. It might be better to pick another one, but it at least uses the driver, and then maybe, just maybe, when we update this, it'll get smarter and pick something for itself. Who knows? So now we should be able to go to Windows Update here. Update. Check for updates. Check for updates. And it can do that for a century or two. Okay, the updating is almost done. Two of them are pending restart, and the top one up there is at 100%. I'm expecting that would say completed or something in just a little bit. Okay, the updating went through fine. It didn't find many more devices, and I'm getting tired of searching for them. So we can just see the network adapters that they are there and they are working, and I just updated server 2022, so it will run on here. And you can see the systems here. There is those 4 gigabytes of memory, which I haven't been able to update because I don't have any of those. It's already a good win here. I have something else that I want to try. It's a weird setup. Here is the power for the monitor. I'll put that up here. But the keyboard is huge compared to many of the other stuff. But I haven't put the hard drives back in, so we want to check if the hard drives pops up. We're just gonna go to Disk Manager here. It might be hard to see on the monitor there, but we can probably see if something shows up. If we make this a little bit bigger there. So let's pop the drives back in. I'm expecting them to ploppity plop. They did not. So could we be missing a disk controller? Oh, so it got some more down here now? Or was that the one that I just got in? Oh, it found the 2 hard drives that I just popped in. Just took a while. I'm looking at it with disk part, and we can see the 2 NVMe drives in there, and we can see the 2 4 terabyte spinning disks. So we have that 4-in-1. I want to clear that one, so we'll select that. And that is disk 1. I don't want to select the wrong one, because then I will clear the wrong one. Oh, sorry. We're gonna clean that one. Clean. Successfully cleaned that one, so let's list disk again. So now we have one that is online and with free space available. So that is cool. So now we have an available, yes, now it's available, and we can make a partition on it. Initialize disk, and GPT should be fine. Let's make a new simple volume. Next, 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 next. Finish. There. So we got that volume. I have another thing that we want to test. These connectors in here, they were SAS connectors. And so just maybe this box would be able to take SAS drives. And what do we have here? We have a SAS drive, 10 terabyte SAS drive. So I want to take one of the drives out, and let's just make that number 1. Check that out. I would have expected this to be drive number 2 and drive number 3 disappeared. So let's try and put the SAS drive in. So this is a SATA drive, and you can see that on the connector. SATA drives, they have this open space between the power connector, which is this one, and the signal connector, which is this one. Whereas if you take a SAS drive, there is no spacing between there. It's just one long thing. And in here the connector was this type. So it would be very cool if this works, and it would be able to take SAS drives. So we're gonna test that. Who knows? Could just be our lucky day. It's probably not, but it's worth a try. And if we break it, well, it was kindly donated from TerraMaster, so let's see. And it most definitely needs a little bit to spin up. Okay, I'm afraid that was too much to hope for. I have the disc here, it's not showing up. And I've tested this one as well, did not show up. And I have a third one in there, which has also not showed up. So that's a no-go. So yeah. Well, on that terrible disappointing note, we're gonna end the show here. This was a great success. I installed Server 2022 on this NAS, which is awesome. I didn't ruin anything. I didn't even have to format these drives. We put in 2 M.2 NVMe drives in there and installed Server 2022 on there. Found the drivers for the network card, and it's good to. I need to find some more drivers, but that's beside the point. So yeah, we need to upgrade with some RAM. If anyone has some DDR4 RAM for laptops laying around, my shipping address is under the About tab on YouTube. So I would be very happy to get that. But yeah, otherwise you can always support me at my PlayHouse shop, which is also in the description. And if you go purchase something, I might just be able to afford that DDR4 RAM myself. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye. Oh, and that power bank has been powering that monitor for 3-4 hours now. That has done really good.